You got any New Year's resolutions?
Oh yeah, I have to. I have to become a millionaire next year. I have to. I have to. Yeah, I have to.
I don't think it's that. Yeah. I don't think it's that big for him.
I will be 30, and my goal is to accumulate $1 million in the year.
So okay, so this is because this is a thing. I posted millionaire on my social media. One, because it gets views and clicks, but two, by definition, I could be like, yo, I'm a millionaire. What is your definition of a million? Like $1 million liquid cash?
Yes, but I've been different because a lot of people with net worth is just a matter of assets versus liability.
Yes.
So let's just say if you were to purchase $1 million house.
Yeah.
At that point, hey, I'm a millionaire.
Because that's how technically, if we're gonna say millionaire, that's my definition of it.
Right.
Because I'm gonna be very honest. I don't have $1 million cash.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So. Yeah, so it's like you want to accumulate $1 million liquid.
Right.
But don't you feel like
there's a insane, because I would have to make $3 million, I think, in order to because with taxes, of course, with the overhead and the back end of the business and everything like that, I would have to make probably between 3 to 4 in order to have that $1 million liquid.
So, but don't you believe that? Let's say you make $1 million, wouldn't that $1 million be better served owning? I don't know.
Absolutely. That's why I think why I said I want to make $1 million total, like it'll have to be gross rather than
gross $1 million.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
because in my mind, I always considered if you are a millionaire, you have $1 million liquid.
Gotcha.
But at the same time, if your money's not working for you, what is it really there for?
Right.
So you rather have that money active.
So yeah, so you want to gross $1 million.
Yeah, I want to gross $1 million. But in my mind, I've always considered, because for example, like with if you're somebody who makes 6 figures, which I hate the terminology because it's anywhere between 100,000 and 900. Like it's such a broad. And so anytime somebody says, hey, I make 6 figures, you're probably just over 100,000, under 200,000. Because when you make $250,000, oh yeah, I make $250,000. I make $500,000. Nobody ever says 3/4 of a million. They just say 7 something. So, but whenever somebody says 6 figures, it's like, okay, you make 100,000 and some change, right? Yeah. But for me, I've always looked at it as the rule of 3. You don't get to say you're like a 6-figure earner unless you've done it consecutively 3 straight years. Fair. Right? Once you've done it and then it's now predictable that this is going to happen, I think you can say it. Right. So, but for me, my biggest New Year's resolution is I have to earn $1 million next year. Cool.
That's actually a great resolution. You know, like confession, guys. The first time I put millionaire in one of my social media posts, I wasn't a millionaire. I have the tax return. I saved it. I missed it. I missed it by $24,000. I have a tax return. I can show you guys. I can show you guys after the podcast. I made $974,000 that year. So yeah, I missed it by $26,000. But then I looked at it, I was like,
have you no shame?
Man, I'm not gonna fucking say I make 6 figures now because I own a 6-figure business. Fuck that, bro. I missed it by 26 grand.
I'm right there with you. I'd round it up. But then at what point do you round up or round down? Because at which tenth of 1,000 do you stop at? Well, I made 900. It's funny though, because I looked at it and I remember seeing it. I was so mad. At the end of the year, I was like, fuck, because I wanted to see $1 million on there. This is back in 2019 or 2020. I wanted to see $1 million on there. It was fucking like 970 something. And I'm like, fuck, bro. I missed it by that much. But I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to say $1 million. No, that would eat me up, man. That would eat me up because if I had a down year the next year, I'm like, dude, I was so fucking close. Like, there's no way. Like I remember my first very, very good year when I was just closing in on 100,000, and I think I was at maybe 80 something, and then I had a great push in Q4, and I was just sitting there like, wait a minute, what happened? And then 3 weeks into January, I was able to I'm like, son of a bitch. If there was an extra, let's say if the year was 55 weeks, I would have been able to say, man, I've made 6 figures this year. It was wild, man. It was wild. Yeah, but for me, it's always been predictability. If you can do it 3 times.
Earning $1 million, I think you got it, bro. I think it's easy. And one thing I was thinking about today, too, because you fucking walked here.
Yeah.
There's a storm outside right now.
Right.
People don't realize it's like windy and like raining and there's a storm outside. This guy fucking walked here. You're somebody, you have a very stoic mindset. Very Spartan-like. Like you I could just imagine you being in your hotel room and you're like, oh, okay. You look outside, you're like, it's not that bad. And you just go anyways.
Yeah.
You know? So I think
I remember I needed a cable, and I was like, dude, there's a Target maybe like 2 blocks, but it's hot as fuck. Just get an Uber. He's like, 2 blocks, I'll walk it. But I was like, dude, it was like one of those really hot, humid Miami.
Yeah.
days.
Oh yeah, it was.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I was sweating while on. Yeah, I did it.
You know, you're a very stoic mindset. I see you too, like you work and then you work out, and your consistency is crazy because you're consistently on the YouTube shit also. So it's like you have a crazy consistency, and like you exercise consistently, you do stuff consistently, very Spartan-like.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because that's like one of my, not necessarily claims to fame, but that's one of my virtues per se that I try to stand on. And actually, I got it trademarked with a commit to the commitment of consistency. So I've been this person who loves new challenges. Like when I was in Atlanta, I went down there was an award show, the Melanin Millionaire Awards. They did, like, it was their very first annual awards and everything of that nature. So I went down there, just go inside of the network of just these multi-millionaires and everything. But while I was down there, one of the people that I networked with, he goes to a boxing gym. Right. He's like, yeah, you want to go hit the gym? I'm like, yeah, perfect. I go in there, and I haven't been in a fight in 15 years. Right. I've never actually sparred, inside of a gym, inside of a ring, whatever the case is. So I'm just working out. He's like, yeah, you want to go get around? And I'm like, well, I've never trained for any of this. Like, I've taken like a kickboxing class maybe once or twice, but I'm not in a situation where I know, timing or whatever. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. Wrap my hands, put on the stuff, and just step in there. These dudes hit me with bombs or whatever, and I'm having the time of my life. Yeah. Because I'm thinking, this is a new challenge. This is something that, I can go into the wild, because you're a 10+ year kickboxing guy. Yeah. But for me, it's like, I know I got some good dukes in the streets, but I couldn't professionally, go and do it. But I love new challenges. Yeah. Because I don't want to say it activates the fight or flight, but it puts you in a scenario where you're trying something new. When was the last time you've done something for the very first time? Try something new, expose yourself to different sort of stuff. And life shouldn't always be just easy.